Hello and welcome to the Swayam online course on building cost estimation. We will be having a course introduction in this video. Introduction to construction estimating. First, we will look at the learning objectives. 1. Familiarize with the basic concepts and terminologies of cost estimation. 2. Understand the process of generating quantity takeoffs. 3. Learn the steps to prepare a detailed estimate. 4. Recognize cost categories and associated cost factors. 5. Apply the learning in a small example project. 6. Understand the relevance of project planning in construction cost estimation. 7. Understand the project bid procedures in general. We look into the details. 1. Familiarize with the basic concepts and terminologies of cost estimation. There are several concepts which are necessary to be understood as we proceed with the course. We will learn about these in our subsequent videos. Terms like contingency, markup, cost index, crew, etc. are some of the concepts that we will familiarize ourselves before we move on to subsequent videos. Many a times, we use abbreviations and short forms to refer to certain terms. We may use terms like bill of quantities and we would represent them as BOQ or SOR for schedule of rates. Therefore, we will familiarize ourselves with the abbreviations that are used commonly in the estimation process. Understand the process of generating quantity takeoffs. An estimator takes the measurements of various items that are required to construct a building. And for this, first, the measurements are taken from the drawings. And then from there, we transfer it into details of measurement format, where we have the length, breadth, and height. And then we multiply all the three to find the final value. And so we might be using this process for taking the measurement of various items that are required to construct a building. It could be brickwork, and the estimator quantifies a brick, the number of bricks or the quantity of bricks that are required, and this is normally specified in cubic meters. Similarly, it could be any item. It could be the quantity of ready-mix concrete that we are going to use, or it could be the plywood that we are using for scaffolding. So any material that is used on the construction project, to quantify it in order to find the cost of it is an important process. So we will be going through the understanding of this process of generating quantities. Next, we learn the steps for preparing a detailed estimate. The detailed estimate includes the measurement of quantities, the rates, and the final amount that is estimated. This would also include the labor, material, and equipment, and these fall under the cost category. Then there would be add-ons, which fall under the taxes and contingencies. And you can see it on the example given on the screen. We have contingency charges, we have taxes in terms of GST, etc. And then we also add the markups, and it makes up the overhead charges. There is also another category for bonds and insurances. So what the detailed estimate encompasses, all these detailed estimates includes determination of the quantities and costs of everything that is required to complete the project. Next, we recognize cost categories and associated cost factors. What is a cost category? The cost categories include labor, material, and equipment costs. We will learn in detail about these and also about the cost factors. After gaining the knowledge of cost categories and the basics, we will apply what we have learned in a small building project. Now, this is an example project where we get to apply the theory of our course. The skill level to do this project would be a beginner level. So it would not be for an advanced level crowd, and so this would be for someone who's just starting out with an estimation project. The next learning objective is to understand the relevance of project planning in construction cost estimation. So in a construction project, the planning engineer plans the project with timelines. The estimator gives the cost towards the construction project so that the planning team and project management team understand where the cash flow is required. The estimator will give an idea of the cost of a project within a stipulated time, the cost of a project to be completed within a stipulated time. Now, if in case for some reason the project duration exceeds the exceeded time, it can have implications on the project cost. So based on the estimate, the procurement team and planning team schedule the project. Sometimes in fast track projects, we might need more labor to be employed, and this will have a bearing on the estimation. So it is a good asset, or it is desirable for estimators to have the knowledge of project planning to aid them in their cost estimation process. Understand the project procedures in general. That will be the next learning objective of our course. We will have an overview of bid procedures in a project. So the learning objectives again: familiarize with basic concepts and terminologies of cost estimation. 2. Understand the process of generating quantity takeoffs. 3. Learn the steps to prepare a detailed estimate. 4. Recognize cost categories and associated cost factors. 5. Apply the learning in a small example project. 6. Understand the relevance of project planning in construction cost estimation. And 7. Understand the project bid procedures in general. In this course, we have a few resources and handouts which can be downloaded. Drawings and specifications related to a sample project, PWD's schedule of rates, estimate sample, bid form sample, estimation process of a simple project. And in addition to it, we have the course material related to the cost estimation course, which was prepared for students of construction management in IGNOU. Drawings and specifications. As an estimator, these two are of utmost importance because drawings and specifications give us the information about the material that is used in the project. So a skill that is required by an estimator is to be able to read the plans and sections and other drawings. In this, the plans and the sections are of great importance. We get the dimensions of various parts, various building parts, and we can derive the material quantity from reading the dimensions and in general getting an idea of the drawings and specifications. The schedule of rates is also given as a handout. Excel estimation samples. This would be to help you understand how to organize an estimate, the various stages of taking measurements and then converting them to BOQ and then finally coming up with an estimate. These are just for your understanding and not meant to be used as a template. And then we have the estimation of a simple project, which will also be part of our course. Now, what is estimation? It is a determination of probable costs of construction, and it is not an exact science. That's something that we have to always keep in mind. Each item is analyzed, quantified, and rates are applied. So if we have, say, again, we'll take the example of the brickwork. We analyze the item, what is the length and breadth and height of a wall, and then we quantify it by finding the volume, and then we find the unit rate of brickwork, and then we apply it, and then we finally come to the final amount. So when we are estimating, it's not that we have all the things known to us. Some of the things may be unknown to us. So under these circumstances, it is very important for the experience of the estimator to come to the forefront. So it is not always about the actual facts. Sometimes experiences and some judgments are required from the part of the estimator. Knowledge of construction, common sense and judgment is also very crucial in estimation. Experience of previous projects can be very helpful. Sometimes we may be able to get the idea of the estimate of a particular project, especially when we compare it to projects of similar sizes, which we have done in the past. Building construction estimating is the determination of probable cost of construction of any given project. Many items influence and contribute to the cost of a project. So each item must be analyzed, quantified, and priced. Because the estimation is done before the actual construction, much study and thought must be put into the construction documents. So a thorough understanding of the drawings, etc., or the construction documents are important because we are actually doing something for the future. We're predicting what the cost would be in the future. The estimator who can visualize the project and accurately determine the estimate is a valuable asset to any company. Now we have heard that there are variables involved, but regardless of the various variables involved, the estimator must strive to prepare as accurate an estimate as possible. And that is where the skill of the estimator comes to play. We move on to the next slide. We look at the definition of estimation. Estimation can be termed as an approximation of a future quantity based on the information available at the time and also based on the past experiences. We also acknowledge that while some factors contributing to the estimate can be accurately estimated, some may be more difficult. So from this we get the understanding that estimation is an approximation and it is for a future quantity. And for this we rely on the information available currently with us and also on the basis of our experience from the past. And we may not have all the facts and information in place at the time of estimation, but we still will be able to have an understanding of what the probable cost is going to be in the future. The examples of estimating. So we do estimation in our daily life. If you are interested in cooking and you wish to have a party for your friends, the amount of grocery that would be required is something where we estimate. So we might estimate that for 5 people we need so many kilograms of rice. That's one example of estimation in our daily life. The other would be if you are interested in going for road trips, you would know that before embarking on the trip, one of the first things that we would do would be to estimate the amount of petrol that would be needed for the long journey. And for this, we rely on the distance to be covered and also the mileage of the car, and accordingly we purchase petrol. So this is another example of estimating that we do on a daily basis, and by doing so, we will be able to fulfill our project. We are able to meet the required standards, and so that's one of the reasons why we estimate. Now, the tasks in estimating. The tasks in estimating are determining the probable real cost, determining the probable real time to build the project. So it's not just the cost that we are estimating, we also determine the probable real time to build the project. So both the cost and time are factors which are important in any building project. Now, why do we estimate? That's an important question that we ask. Now, if you are a client, it would be the cost required to complete the project. So the client has to know whether what is the cost required to complete the project. So basically, the purpose of estimating is that we would like to know what is our capability to take on this project, whether we have the financial capability to take on the project. Now, for the general contractor, the reason for estimation would be whether to bid or not to bid. We would like estimates before doing any building extensions. Maybe another new wing is to be added to a building project. And before we embark on this, we would like to know what the estimate of such a project would be. Renovation of buildings, where we might have to replace old materials or use a more relevant structural system, more sturdy structural system. And for such purpose also we need to estimate. We also need to estimate repair works, especially if it is of a large scale. And this gives the idea of how much the cost involved would be. Another important factor, the reason why we estimate is to get loans from banks. Not just banks, any money lending agency would need an estimate beforehand, before sanctioning any loans. So basically, we try to understand whether we have the cost capability to complete the project based on the plans and specifications that are given. Usually direct costs can be found out fairly accurately, and to this indirect costs, contingencies and profits are added. The skills required for an estimator. Number one is the ability to read plans and quantify them and understand specifications. The ability to read plans and specifications and to quantify the material would be the most important skill an estimator should have. So it is essential to be able to read drawings, both architectural drawings, structural drawings, detailed drawings, and working drawings, and then finding quantities from these drawings, and also understanding the specifications which are given for each item. It could be the thickness of ply, or it could be the quality and the grade of the plywood that is to be used. So these are to be understood very clearly by an estimator. Knowledge of mathematics, mensuration, and geometry associated with estimating calculations, that is a skill that an estimator ought to have. Simple calculations like finding the area or finding the volume, the cubic volume of any cube or cuboid, as the case would be. So a basic understanding of mathematics and mensuration and even geometry is an important skill that an estimator ought to have. And also, in addition to just reading plans and specifications, there would be scales of various kinds. Some of the drawings would be at a smaller scale, or some of them would be at a more detailed scale, especially when it comes to maybe carpentry drawings, etc. They would be at a very detailed scale. So it is important for an estimator to understand what each scale represents, what is the difference in scales, and how it can affect the quantity that we take. Sometimes drawings may not be to the scale, or sometimes, and in those cases, the estimator has to keep an eye out for what the scale is as specified in the drawing sheet. Okay, the estimator is to have patience and have an eye for details, because it can be a laborious work going in detail through multiple drawings and then correlating drawings to have an idea of how the building part would be in future. And also having an eye for details is important, because there would be some minute details that may skip one's attention. And so an estimator ought to have skills for finding out these details which may not be very obvious in the first go. The estimator should be computer literate, should be able to handle operating systems, basic operating systems, and should have some basic computer proficiency. Now, experience with Excel or spreadsheets, this would be a very important skill that an estimator should have, because even though manual estimation is possible, we increasingly are moving to spreadsheets, and we hardly use manual estimation process for the scale of projects that we do. The ability to visualize 3D from 2D drawings. This is a very important skill needed by an estimator. Even while looking at a 2D drawing, the estimator should be able to visualize how it would look in 3 dimensions by using plans and plans, elevations and sections. A good estimator will be able to visualize how it would look when it is actually constructed. And this gives more clarity while taking measurements. The understanding of a construction process is also very important. And for this, site experience also helps, or even going through the building construction, studying about building construction is also important, because an estimator is to know what comes after what is the first process, and then what follows it. And if we are, say, making a foundation, then first we have to do the excavation, then the PCC, and then the RCC, etc. And so this process is important for not just the process, but just how to do it. That's also important for the estimators to be able to understand the quantity which is to be taken, and also the material that is to be applied in a particular situation. Understanding of labor operations and productivity. This is also an important skill, because the productivity of labor has a bearing on the cost of the project. Sometimes it is also important for the estimator to have an idea of the project timeline, to understand how the productivity can vary over a day while working extra hours, or even while working during rainy seasons. Sometimes the productivity in a rainy season may not be the same as in a non-rainy season. So these have to be factored into the estimate by the estimator. Another important skill that an estimator ought to have is the ability to evaluate difficulty factors and risks. And it is desirable for the estimator to have good writing and presentation skills. The accuracy of an estimate largely depends on the skill and judgment of an estimator. So these are the skills that an estimator earns while working on various projects. Now we move on to the estimating tools. The estimating tools. We have spreadsheets, Excel, Google spreadsheets. When we use the term spreadsheet, we usually refer to Excel. This is a software provided by Microsoft. It is a basic tool required for estimation. We can do estimation manually, but the knowledge of spreadsheet software is an important skill that every estimator must possess. Excel gives us the provision for not only quantifying items on the Excel sheet, it also supports calculation in arriving at the cost. Now we have another important tool, which is the schedule of rate. It is usually prepared by the Central Public Works Department. It's a government agency. The schedule of rates is a document which is published by the Public Works Department from time to time. Each state has its own schedule of rates. It is a comprehensive and useful technical document in the execution of civil construction works. So there are rates published in these schedule of rates, and it is usually used in government projects. Normally in government projects, whatever we quote are based on these rates. It is important for an estimator to be familiar with the relevant schedule of rates. So some state what is applicable in Tamil Nadu may not be the case in maybe Delhi. Some of the other estimating tools that we use. The file formats that an estimator is to be familiar with. We normally use PDF or XLS formats. PDF stands for Portable Document Format, and it is very universal. It can work across platforms, and it is a format which prevents editing of the source format. So it helps us preserve the data that we have entered, especially when we have formulae, etc. When we convert the Excel sheet into the PDF sheet, the data is preserved, and manipulation or change in data or in the formulae can be prevented. Now we look at the estimating softwares. Navisworks, Assemble, Provest. These are some of the estimating softwares. Navisworks and Assemble are two products of Autodesk and are useful for estimators. This is for information only. We will not be covering either of these softwares in our course. If you are aware of other softwares, probably AutoCAD is a handy software for estimators. And if you are aware of other softwares which are useful for estimators, please leave your comments in the discussion forum. We move on to the next section. It's about the spreadsheets. The spreadsheets. Spreadsheets are the most important part of estimation. They help in storing formulae and also enable calculation. The provision in a spreadsheet to help copy-paste formula is particularly useful. Knowledge of spreadsheet is an important skill for estimator. It is very important for estimators to have a good knowledge of handling about the operations and about the features of spreadsheet. So in these there are cells which are the boxes where we input the data. Some of the best practices of spreadsheets. The spreadsheet best practices. The cells are these individual units. Then rows are the horizontal lines of the cells and columns are the vertical lines of the cells. Each column should have a consistent purpose and format. Always remember, there should be no hidden rows or columns. It is a good practice to include a notes column separately in the spreadsheet, not just for your own clarity, but also for the clarity of someone who may review the estimate. Now, creating an estimate sheet. We have example of a data sheet and how it translates to detail of measurement. In the preliminary stage, we review and understand the design package and use the project scope, drawings and documents to itemize the scope into line items with measured quantities. So let's just have a summary and recapitulation. In general, estimating skills require the ability to read plans, read specifications, arrive at quantities based on unit cost.